Hi everybody, welcome to Light Fragments Oracle. My name is Susie and today we are going to do what's in store for you for September 2023. Take a moment and look at the three piles. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. You may pause the video, take a deep breath in through your nose, exhale through your mouth, and release. Follow your intuition and choose whichever pile here serves you the most. Go by how you feel. Go by what your first thought is. Okay, pile number 1, this is your reading. The first card that we have is Be Mindful and Simplify. This card is a card of hope. It's a card of living in the moment, basically, because we never know what the next day is going to bring. And if you notice in the third eye of this woman, the card is very simple. She has a lot going on in her mind. And so you are being called to simplify everything that you have in your mind. Get it all down on paper. Because there's so much going on right now. I feel like the core color here is pink. And you are a very loving, very giving, very overextending individual. But this really is the time to pull in and try to figure out what it is that's causing all this chaos up here. So my recommendation would be to get out a piece of paper, write down everything that is bothering you, all the things that you need to get done. And if you notice down here in the heart chakra, she's wearing a pendant. And there are 3 circles to the pendant. This is telling me that there are 3 situations that are very important to you right now. Those are the things that you need to write down on paper. Those are immediate. Everything else can wait. There is a person that has passed on here that has extremely passionate energy. Fiery energy, could be an angry person in real life, but now they've passed on and they are by your side. They are on your left side trying to talk to you, trying to move you in the direction that you're supposed to be in. And let's move out a little bit in this woman's aura, and we have healing. So there's some inner healing too that needs to be done for you, pile number 1. What is the next card? We have Angel Sandalphon, who is with you right now. Sandalphon is an archangel. He is kind of like a mediator between humans and God. So when you pray, Sandalphon will step in and take your prayers to God. He's also known as the angel of protection for children. So if you are taking care of children as a caregiver, Sandalphon is with you big time. Because Sandalphon usually gravitates towards children, being their protector, making sure that nothing harms them. And if you are worried about your children right now or a child right now, Sandalphon will listen to your prayers and take them directly to God. Let's see what the next card is. Green. It's healing of the heart. So I don't know if you are going through a really tough time with your own children. Perhaps you are somebody that takes care of children. Maybe you take children into your home, but your heart is grieving. Your heart is grieving for one child in particular, or perhaps it is your child. Either you need healing because of this child, or your child needs healing. Okay, so this is telling me that there is a heart healing right now taking place. And because you are close to this child, it's your heart that needs to be healed right now. Let's see what the next card has to say. Let's see what the next card has to say right now. Get grounded. That makes so much sense because of your pink core color, you are a highly sensitive, empathic human being. So that makes a lot of sense. That's why you have so much going on in your mind. Becoming grounded and making the list is one way. I would go out in nature. I'd sit in a chair, surround it, and maybe walk to a park if you don't have nature nearby with your notebook. And I would take everything that's in my mind and I would lay it out on paper. And then I would flip the page and I would put down those 3 things that are imminent, that are important. And all of the other things can wait. And as one of the 3 things that gets taken care of, you can now go over and move one of the least important things into the 3rd spot. And this is a way to keep ourselves grounded. This is a way to pull our energy down to the earth. Because what happens with empaths is their auras are so huge. They're so loving. Their heart space is so big that they haven't learned how to pull that in. And one way to do that is to see God's hands pouring out white or even pink or even gold light over your body. What I do is I envision God's hands up in my mind, big, huge hands, kind of like in the clouds, and I see them filled with whatever light I want. Usually I use white light because white is the purest light. White reflects. And I see that white light pouring over my body as I sit or stand somewhere, and I fill my body with that white light. And that is total 100% spiritual protection. Okay? So keep that in mind, pile number 1. What is the next card? The next card is purity. We have a unicorn here. The unicorn, the only spiritual being other than angels in the Bible that's pure, is the unicorn. And the unicorn is, or was, a real cute creature, is a real creature, spiritual creature. Always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within it, you will find the answer to your question. I'm going to put that right under here. Yes, unicorn energy is very pure. And if you notice, the unicorn is white. There's no other color. So think about that. So think about that with the white light. Let's see what your next card has to say. Go outside. Yes, go outside. Tune into the powerful peace of nature wherever you are and feel at one with your habitat and ground to that. Ground to that. When you're outside, focus on nature and it will help you to let go of all of that. I call it the mind clutter, or I call it the mind chatter. Okay? Or the mind movie. Release that when you go out in nature and you listen to the birds and you look at the flowers, or you study a tree, or you pay attention to the ground as you're walking. Okay? Grounding is definitely something that you need to do, pile number one. Let's see what your next card says. Get some exercise. Another form of grounding. So here again, when I think of exercise, I don't think of anything, because of my age, I don't think of anything crazy like going to the gym or pumping weights or lifting weights or doing something strenuous. I think of walking, brisk walking. I think of yoga. I think of stretching outside. As your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in all ways. My guess is that you have been ignoring yourself. You haven't been paying attention to yourself. And this angel here is very, or it could be a fairy, is very strong right now. Like, go do it. Don't say, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it. Go do it. Just take a darn walk. Take a 10-minute walk. You're not being asked to do something strenuous. You're being asked to go outside. You're being asked to ground. You're being asked to be in nature. Just go and do it. This will help you clear your mind. And here we have a little fairy out in nature, smelling the flowers. I don't know what time of year it is where you are, but we still have flowers here in the Northeast. Let the universe and other people know what you want. Ask for what you want. Let go of the fear. I mean, if people aren't helping you and you're doing everything by yourself, you need to ask for it. People, let's face it, if you live in a household of people, most people are selfish. Not because they want to be, but because they're thinking about themselves and what they want to do. Ask for help. Delegate some responsibility. And if you are trying to take care of a small child, or if you have, a child in your life that needs more attention, perhaps they're handicapped, you need to ask for help. You can't do it all yourself. And if these people here were on board with you, they're not innocent bystanders. Okay? They have some chores to do too. Let's see what the next card is. You are stronger than you know. We have the butterfly energy here. Again, we have the pink flower, which is the heart. You are stronger than you know. Oftentimes what happens is when we're in our heart space all the time, we can become depressed, we can become overworked, we can become the opposite of being fulfilled. So shifting that from being depressed into being fulfilled is doing a little bit of self-care, just a little bit. asking people to help you, but you really are stronger than you know. So take more time to meditate and pray. Ask the people in your life to help you. Remember to take some time for yourself. Get a little bit of exercise, take a walk. And finances. My guess is here that one of these thoughts in your brain is finances. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my regular Celtic fairy playing cards and I'm going to shuffle. And I'm going to see which card comes out that might have to do with this whole reading, including your finances here. I just heard you are not really following your heart. You are not really following your heart. You're doing something that maybe you feel like you've had to do. Maybe it's something you've fallen into all these years. I'll pick two. But you are not following your heart. So let's pick the first card that came out. We have the Four of Spades. 4 has to do with stability. 4 is an angelic number, but it has to do with stability. And everybody wants stable finances. Let's be clear here. But spades has to do with thought. It has to do with mental activity. It has to do with air. Like, what's up there? What's happening up there? Okay? And that resonates with the first card. There's a lot of mental chaos going on. Everything is up in the air where your finances are concerned. But my feeling is that you are not doing what you really want to do where your heart is concerned. And it's because of money. So, my advice to you is to begin to dig deep into your heart space, sift out all that doesn't resonate, and focus on what does. And we've got the King of Diamonds here. The King means mastery, it means excellence, it means clarity. There is something that you know how to do, but you've put it on the back burner for, I'd say, probably 30 or 40 years. And you're a master of it. Now, I don't know if this has anything to do with opening up a daycare or becoming a nurse, or maybe you are a nurse or a teacher, something that has to do with children, a pediatric nurse maybe. Maybe you retired from that early, but you miss it. Or maybe you would like to take some courses and become a nurse. But the King here means mastery. It means excellence. It means clarity. So everything that we've talked about is going to give you clarity. And diamonds mean earth, it means wealth, and it means material abundance. So yes, this will be happening for you, but you've got some work to do in this vein. Okay, pile number 1, this is your reading. Thank you so much. And I wish you well and send you blessings of light, love, happiness, and abundance. Namaste. Okay, pile number 2. This is your reading. Let's see what the first card has to say. Abundance. Live life abundantly. Abundance means a relative degree of plenty. So abundance doesn't necessarily have to do with money, but I feel that in your instance, you are living an abundant life. And if you're not living an abundant life, this is on your mind constantly. But I get the feeling that you are now living a very abundant life. Not necessarily in the facet of money, but in abundance. All your needs are taken care of. Everything that you could want or need, you have. I also sense a lot of spiritual fairy energy around you. I also feel that you are a very loving, caring individual. Perhaps you like to arrange flowers. Maybe you are a creator. Maybe you have a flower shop. Maybe that's something that you'd love to have now that you're retired. Or perhaps you just like working with flowers and flower essences. Or you love having a garden full of flowers. Neither here nor there. This is the energy that I feel with this card. Although we do have yellow on the shoulders. This could be male or female. And this is the solar plexus, and this is job related. The solar plexus is all about moving forward. And so maybe it's time. Maybe since you are living that kind of abundant life, maybe it's time to move into what it is that you really love to do. And I do see gardening, flowers, creating flower arrangements, even giving flowers away. Yeah, so let's see what the second card has to say. Pause to receive. Boy, there is a lot of healing going on in the readings today. Lots and lots of inner healing. Lots of it. Now, this card here is really interesting because it's the number 43. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 is a really important number. It has to do with experience. It has to do with perfection. And look at all the rainbow colors coming down on top of you. You could be a person that carries rainbow energy. Rainbow energy is very powerful. Stands to reason we've got flower things going on here. Flower essences or working with flowers, creating with flowers. I see something really different where flowers are concerned. I see creating maybe store displays with flowers or setting sets with flowers. I don't know why I'm thinking floats for the Macy's parade maybe, but there's something going on here with flowers. You're being asked to pause. You're being asked to not jump into something right yet. Pause to decide if this is something that you really want to do. But you have very, very rainbow energy here. The next card is a movement needed. Take action. Take action. So, pause. And 3 months later, take action. Pause, and 3 months later, take action. I'm hearing 3 months. Okay, we've got the number 9 here, which is the number of completion. So this person is jogging on the beach. You don't need to do a lot of exercise. You can maybe you live by the ocean, the sun, the salt, the air, the sand, breathing in that energy, taking a pause, taking a mini vacation for yourself, and the answer is going to come. 3 months from now, you will be taking action and moving into something you absolutely, positively love. The next card is Warrior Woman. Oh my gosh, that is definitely rainbow energy. Now, your identity as a woman is really, really, really important to you. Have you answered your deepest calling? Okay, that's what this is all about here. Have you answered your deepest calling? Take out your sword and cut all the cords that don't resonate with you. And warrior women can be activists. We've got a lot of rainbow energy going on here. Stepping up to the plate for women in general. Okay? But also a warrior is doing what you love and having that warrior spirit that, hey, I'm going to do what I love and nothing is going to stop me. It really doesn't have anything to do with being an activist unless that's what you are and that's what you want to do. Okay? So you are a warrior woman. Let's see what the next card has to say. Tree Wisdom. This tree dryad will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sounds it makes. You know, it's really interesting here. I don't think it has really anything to do with trees. For me, this card doesn't have anything to do with trees. This card has to do with playing maybe classical music while you create. That's what this card has to do with. That's what it means to me. It's the wisdom of creating. When you think about classical artists, musicians, they had an inner wisdom. I told you, you're going to create something that maybe hasn't even been done yet. Has to do with flowers. I might be going out on a limb here, but this is different. This is something I've never seen before. Not even on TikTok or anything like that. This is something different. And while you're creating this, the classical music is playing in the background, or very soft, angelic music with a lot of flutes and soft piano, perhaps a harp. The next card is. There you have it. New beginnings. New beginnings are coming. New beginnings. Now, this card shows a baby here. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can. This has to do with a pregnancy. This has to do with a baby. I don't see it as a pregnancy. I see it as a new beginning in your life. Could mean being a grandmother. But it is the birth of a cherished idea. And notice that this fairy here has green wings. So as you pause, as you go within and do a little bit of healing and get things right, how you want to play this out, new beginnings are coming into 2024. But September 2023, this is where you're going to get that light bulb moment. The next card is Debt Paid Off. You know what? This is perfect. in alignment with the abundance card. So you've got some debt that's being paid off, or you're working hard to pay it off, but this old weight is falling off your shoulders. I heard 3 months. I don't know if you're consolidating everything into one payment, or you're paying everything off so you can move into what you really want to do. But debt is being lifted from you and your life. We've got spiritual teacher here. Your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. Basically, I mean, if you're into flower essences, this card could be true here. But it could also mean that your life purpose, working with the flowers, doing something totally different. I mean, hey, if you create gardens where people can walk through them and pray and meditate, that's something totally different. Maybe open up your gardens to that. I don't know, but spiritual teacher is in here. Perhaps you were a teacher, working from the heart, loving your students, and now you're moving on to a new venture. Adult children. Wow. That's really interesting with this. So maybe you're going to be working. Maybe you're going to be working. You were a teacher. Maybe you're going to be working with adult children that are special needs, but they're perfectly capable of working. Maybe you're going to be helping them somehow. Maybe you're going to be employing them. After all, you are a warrior. It's near and dear to your heart somehow. Really interesting. And notice the red, the fire red. The next card is seeking and finding. I'm going to put that card here because you are definitely seeking, you are definitely pausing, seeking, and you are going to find exactly what it is you want to do, exactly what you're looking for. Let's pull 2 Celtic Fairy reading cards for you. And let's see if this resonates with your whole reading. I love to use regular playing cards because my great-great-grandmother read playing cards. And while I'm at it, I'd like to thank my friend and spiritual sister Diane for gifting me these cards. So let's see what the first card is. 10 of Diamonds. 10 is the end of a cycle for you. 10 is the end of a cycle. You are definitely going to be moving into the next phase of your life. And diamonds are earth energy, wealth, and all of the materiality that you are going to need to start this new venture. That is so exciting. And the next card that you have is the Ace of Diamonds. The Ace is new energy. The Ace is new beginnings. And again, we have the diamonds, which is earth energy, which is wealth, abundance, having everything you need, materialism, to start this new venture. Wow. Pile number 2. What an awesome, awesome reading. I wish you light, love, blessings, abundance. Thank you so much. Namaste. Okay, pile number 3 and the final reading for today. What is your September 2023 message if you chose this pile? darkest before dawn. In the dark of the night you called my name, by the light of the day you whispered the same. So I chose to hear you both night and day, making your way not past me, above me, or below me, but beside me, and eventually within me. There is so much golden energy in this card, Darkest Before Dawn. Some of you are going through a dark night of the soul, but you are being called, and I know this is really hard, but you are being called to love it. That is probably one of the highest spiritual forms there is. You are being called to love this darkness. Embrace it. Accept it. Bless it. Move through it. And you will come out the other side. And you will not be emanating white light. You will be emanating gold light, pile number 3. This is very important. You are being divinely guided. It is not something you've wanted. But when you get through it, you are going to bless it completely. Let's see what your next card is. Review and reflection. Time out needed. Look at this. This is darkness. We are entering the full moon this week on Thursday, is it Thursday? Tomorrow, August 30th. This is the darkness of night. And notice this person is staring at the moon. The moon is giving off light even though it's dark out. That's what happens during a dark night of the soul. There's light there, but you can't see it and you can't feel it. But it's there, just like the moon fills up the sky. Higher realms and magic. Look at this. This is another evening picture here. Higher realms. What did I say? When you come out of this, you are going to not be emanating white light. You are going to be emanating gold light, which is the highest color. It is amazing. It is divine. It's divinity. Master teacher coming out of this. Higher realms and magic. There's some big intuition that's going to be happening for you here. Big intuition. Light. Light is coming to you. Light is coming to you to shed love onto your current situation and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. You can't make this up. What I did was I blessed all of these cards individually, each deck. And I decided on 11 cards because 11 is the master number. And I decided that I would pull a certain amount of cards from each deck. I was told, actually, to equal 11. And I shuffled each deck individually for each pile. You can't make this up. This is incredible. The healing that is going to come out of the dark night of the soul, the darkest before the dawn. So this is either happening now or you're on the tail end of it and you don't know it. Listen. Here it is, hidden depths. Something hidden is about to come to the light. I don't know if you are in some sort of an abusive situation here, or if you're struggling with depression, but something is hidden. Now, there's going to be a breakthrough. There's going to be a breakthrough that you are going to either see or experience. Perhaps it's a secret or a memory at the back of your mind. But whatever this breakthrough is, you are going to become free. There's something. I'm thinking, you're in a challenging, perhaps you've been married for a really long time and your partner cheated on you, or your partner was abusive and you decided to leave. But, deep down you really love this person. I mean, I get a kick out of these channels. And I watch a lot of them, self-discovery channels, psychology channels. And, if you're in a narcissistic, abusive type relationship, maybe it's emotional abuse, and they're like, this is what you got to do. You got to walk away. Well, it's not so freaking easy when you've been married for 30 years. And you have a life that you've built together, and there were fun times. It's not so easy. You don't get just up and walk away. Besides, you have assets, you have things like that. There's a lot to consider, right? But whom do you need to forgive? As you release old anger, this could be you could be someone that has complex PTSD. And this was a horrible childhood. Whom do you need to forgive? As you release old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes will come true. There's some old stuff going on here. There's definitely some old stuff going on here. You were hurt really badly, whether it was when you were a child or, you just found out something. A business venture is coming along. Trust and follow through on this business venture or career opportunity. This card right here is not going to happen in September 2023. I can tell you right now. You might catch wind of it. You might mull it over, but you're not in a position right now. But you will be. You will be. But this is coming down the pike. Look how many cards I've had to read here before this came. And it's interesting, it's falling right underneath the violet, which is higher realms and magic. Like the path to your castle. Okay? This is coming. This is coming. Not in 2023. Maybe the tail end, but I would say more of 2024. The next card is a windfall. So, that makes a lot of sense. And we also have the violet flowers going on here. So, what's interesting about the Darkest Before the Dawn card? When I created this card, this woman was working with jewelry. That's this huge pendant right here. And she was moving into starting her own life path. And the Darkest Before the Dawn came to me with her. I don't know why. I don't know a lot of reasons why, but she told me that it really resonated with her. And if you could see where she is now, she is an amazing light worker. I just love her. I follow her. But back then, I didn't know much about her when she asked me to create a soul aura for her. And the weird thing is I kept seeing her with blonde hair. And I was a little, it was at the beginning of creating my soul aura, so I messaged her and I said, I don't know why I keep seeing this woman with blonde hair. And she said, I have blonde hair, but I dye my hair black because I like black hair. And I was like blown away. I was seeing her soul. So yeah, listen to these cards, pile number 3. Listen to them. There's a windfall coming. I don't know if it's this new business venture. I don't know if you're going to get an inheritance. But this really has nothing to do with your darkness. Money, not really. It has to do with you've been hurt really badly. And you need to forgive, you need to release, and you also need to forgive yourself. Because if you've been in a relationship and it took you a long time to get out of it, you only knew what you knew. Okay? You only knew what you knew. And the last card here is moving. So we've got the solar plexus, which is work related. We've got red, which is passion. We've got green, which is grounding. And we've got this butterfly here, which has more earth colors than this butterfly. Okay? So you are now grounded and you are now making a move. You are going to up and move. This is your future. This could come before this and this next month. It's very possible. Okay, let's flip your Celtic Fairy playing cards to see where you stand right now. Pile number 3. Queen of Hearts. Oh my gosh. Well, the Queen is mastery, a mentor, or a teacher. So this experience that you're going through, you're going to be helping other people. You might even be working at a women's crisis center. That might be the new business venture. Maybe you're going to go back to school and you're going to get some help. And maybe you'll be working at a women's crisis center. And if you're a man, the opposite sex, to me, gender shouldn't even matter. You can work at a women's crisis center if you're a guy, right? You can. Helping women if your intentions are pure. But the hearts has to do with water, love, and emotion. So as your emotions clear out, as you release, forgive, become water. You begin to flow with where you're going. You begin to see light, right? Love will enter your life again, and you will be doing what you love. 8 of clubs. 8 is advancement. Do we not have business venture? We have moving. All has to do with advancement. And clubs Fire, action, creativity. So, did I not say fire? Did I not say moving? That's an action. And creativity. So, as you come out of this, your third eye is going to be so open. You're going to be following your intuition more. You are going to be carrying around that golden, beautiful, sparkling energy. And you are going to bring to you your heart's desire, what job you want to work, whom you want to work with. You will find love again, and you are going to be moving. You may hear about that this month, this coming month in September, but you will be moving. You might not, you might get it going or get the process going, but that will be coming. The windfall will be coming as you move into your life with a new business venture. Yeah, this is great energy here. Pile number 3, I wish you well. I wish you light, love, and abundance. And I send you blessings on your way. Namaste.